want to talk about Arch Manning and the hype that some feel is justified and other college football fans are going, what exactly has made Arch Manning into a Heisman front runner? What's up, kid folk? It's RJ Young. I am not on Step Mill. If this is your first time watching the #1 college football show, welcome. Thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. So if you are into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question below. Will Arch Manning win the Heisman Trophy in 2025? It is a question that we simply must ask because the odds are that Arch Manning has the best chance to win the Heisman Trophy before the season starts. I don't set the odds. Odds makers set the odds. They also got beat when Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy last year because, well, they didn't think he was going to do it. So they have not always been right, but we do think about the odds because they reflect what the public believes. That means that the vast majority of people that follow college football believe that Arch Manning has the best chance to win the Heisman Trophy this year. That doesn't make them right. You who are watching this show in May know that because you are watching college football year-round, and you probably are asking some of the same questions that many seasoned veteran college football fans are asking because you're a smart person looking for smart things to talk about, smart things to say. So I'm going to do that. Let's start with what is obvious. Arch Manning's last name is, football royalty. His uncles have won Super Bowls. They are SEC legends at Tennessee and Ole Miss. His father, Archie Manning, goes so far back that you don't remember him playing. Your daddy probably doesn't remember him playing, but everybody knows the stories about what he did at Ole Miss and, more importantly, what he is and what he means to the city of New Orleans, where the Mannings were raised. You can't talk about Archie Manning at the New Orleans Saints without someone waxing poetic. And if you try to say a bad word about him in New Orleans, you're going to get hit in the mouth. Because that man was a shining light for a franchise that was absolutely trash and garbage, which is probably why they let go that not a single Manning went to LSU. Still wonder how that happens given the kind of talent that the state of Louisiana has produced for football, but they have a habit of letting that talent go until about 2003 when Nick Saban asked, where are all the good players? And they said they don't come here. And he said, BS, they don't come here. And he started to recruit the state of Louisiana, and in doing so, built the backbone and foundation of the 2003 national championship team and every other national championship team that has followed at LSU since. The blueprint is the same. Recruit New Orleans, and then go to Texas, and then go everywhere else you would like to go. With Arch Manning, you get another guy that was groomed in the city of New Orleans at Isidore Newman, and didn't need to play big-time high school football to earn the #1 ranking in the 2023 class. Some people believe that this is because of his last name. No. Arch Manning has been a player, and he is a player, and he got to show just what he is capable of, not just the year before last, but last year. In relief against UTSA, Arch Manning comes on the field, goes 9 of 12 for 223 through the air, 4 total TDs. Also in that game, and this is the part that I think gets the Heisman conversation started, he had a 75-yard passing touchdown, a 65-yard rushing touchdown, a 67-yard rushing touchdown, and another 50-plus yard passing touchdown, which makes him the first player in 25 years in the FBS or the NFL to accomplish that feat of a passing play of 75 yards or more, a rushing play of 75 yards or 65 yards or more, and another passing play of 50 yards or more in the same game, all going for TDs. It feels like a wild statistic, kind of like homering in domes at night on Sunday. But if you take a look at the film on him in that game, you can see the traits of an outstanding quarterback. You can see a 6'4", 220-pound specimen that can run like a deer and has arm talent like you read about. In his first start against SEC competition, he went 26 of 31 for 325 yards with 3 total touchdowns, 2 through the air, 1 on the ground. Arch Manning's a player. Arch Manning's really, really, really good. Now, off of last year, we can tell you Texas played in the college football playoff semifinal, played in the SEC championship game. Its losses were to Georgia twice and Ohio State, the defending national champions. Okay, Georgia had won 2 national championships in the last 4 years, right? But now that we have this Ohio State-Texas game on Fox, we are revisiting this conversation because we watched what the NFL thought about Quinn Ewers, okay? Quinn Ewers was selected in the 7th round by the Miami Dolphins, which is to say he is not a first-round draft pick. Was never expected to be a first-round draft pick. Was not necessarily expected to be a day 2 draft pick, but there were people that thought he might get selected 3rd, 4th, 5th round. He did not. We also know that the NFL believes that Arch Manning is the best quarterback coming out of his class, whether it's 2026 or 2027. We don't know yet. The dude really likes playing college football. He's just a sophomore. Doesn't have to make that decision. But every decision that he has made before now has indicated he is trying to have as much of the college experience as he possibly can, which means that he would play through his eligibility. However, if you believe the NFL and that this dude is not just a first-round selection, but perhaps the number 1 overall selection, and you believe the NFL about Quinn Ewers being a 7th-round draft pick, you can quickly make the argument that I'm making. If Arch Manning was the starting quarterback at Texas last year and not Quinn Ewers, is Texas winning the national championship? It's not as far-fetched as you think if you take into account the evaluations of the NFL and Quinn Ewers' injury history. And this is for a quarterback that was, by anybody's definition, really good at Texas. Won a Big 12 championship, got Texas to the SEC championship game in their first year as a member, back-to-back college football playoff appearances in the semifinals. He is a made man in Texas. That said, the guy behind him is just that much better. That is why we are all watching the Arch Manning train leave the station now, as the hype is about to get bigger and better, because they're going to play Ohio State. And this is interesting because we get to answer a couple of questions, right? The first one is, how much better does Texas look with Arch Manning at quarterback than Quinn Ewers against Ohio State? Yes, Texas lost Isaiah Bolden, Matthew Golden, Kelvin Banks, among others. They're also still going to be really stout on the offensive line. They're going to be stout in the backfield. They're going to be healthier in the backfield, and they got a better quarterback, we think, right? To say nothing of Ryan Wingo, DeAndre Moore, and others coming on as wide receivers over there. Same thing is true at Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith is still there, but you're going to have a new quarterback in Julian Sand. You're going to have a new left tackle. You're going to have 2 new bell cow running backs. You're going to have a new man calling plays inside linebacker for the defense. 2 new bookends at defensive end, and somebody's going to have to make up for the production that Latham Ransom was giving in that 4-2-5 last year. To say nothing of, they lost both the coordinators. Chip Kelly is with the Raiders, and Jim Knowles defected to Penn State. They don't have that issue at Texas. Steve Sarkisian still calls the plays, and Pete Kwiatkowski still is defensive coordinator. And they have paid everybody to stay put because the window is now. This is the year to pick Texas to win the national championship if you're going to do such a thing. And that's on Arch Manning's shoulders. And if Arch Manning can get Texas to the SEC championship game and somehow do it undefeated, he's going to win the Heisman Trophy. However, it remains to be seen just how prolific he can be from week 1 to week 2 to week 9 to week 12 to week 17 if they get there. These are all interesting questions to ask, but I did want to take this opportunity to address them because so many people have said the same thing. He has done nothing to receive this sort of anointing. He's done plenty. He's done plenty. He's done enough. He's done more than some who have received this anointing. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that we were having this kind of discussion about what DJ Uiagalelei might be able to do at Florida State after what he had done at Clemson. Never mind what he didn't do at Oregon State. We've seen it before, but it feels different with Arch because it's always been different with Arch. In the name, image, and likeness era, he is the one superstar player that could care less about making any money because he's already had enough. He's had enough since the day he was born. Money does not drive him. What is driving him is the want and the desire to play college football, and he is benefiting from the pedigree that not only comes with his name and with the athletic talent in his family, but with some really good stewardship by Archie Manning, who oversaw Eli and Peyton getting to the NFL, who famously told the San Diego Chargers to stuff it. We're not playing for you. You should probably trade him. Gibson to New York. What we think, least talented of the 3 quarterbacks that have come from Archie Manning. Maybe the most talented guy in the entire family is playing quarterback at Texas. And that, my friends, is why we are all excited to see what Arch Manning might be able to do at Texas. Even me, a devout Oklahoma fan, Red River Shootout might not be that much fun for your mans, but that's been regular the last couple of years now, hasn't it?